Grain-based versus forage-based animal feed, pros and cons. The debate over grain-based versus forage-based animal feed has been a long-standing one in the world of agriculture and animal husbandry. Each approach has its own set of advantages and disadvantages, and the choice between them depends on various factors, including the type of animal, its nutritional needs, environmental considerations, and economic factors. In this article, we will explore the pros and cons of both grain-based and forage-based animal feeds to help shed light on this important agricultural decision. Grain-based animal feed. Grain-based animal feed is composed primarily of grains such as corn, wheat, barley, and soybeans. This type of feed is often preferred for its ability to provide a concentrated source of energy and nutrients, making it suitable for rapid growth and high milk or egg production in animals like poultry and livestock. Pros of grain-based animal feed. 1. High nutrient density. Grains are rich in energy, protein, and essential nutrients, providing animals with the necessary building blocks for growth and productivity. 2. Efficient growth. Grain-based diets can lead to faster weight gain in animals, making it economically advantageous for producers. 3. Consistent quality. Grains can be processed and formulated to create consistent and standardized feed, ensuring that animals receive a balanced diet. 4. Lower land requirements. Grain crops require less land compared to forage crops, making it possible to produce more feed in a smaller area. Cons of grain-based animal feed. 1. Costly input. Grains can be expensive, and their prices can be subject to market fluctuations, impacting the overall cost of production. 2. Environmental concerns. The production of grain-based feed often involves intensive agriculture practices, which can contribute to soil erosion, water pollution, and habitat destruction. 3. Health issues. High grain diets may increase the risk of digestive disorders in certain animals, such as cattle, if not managed properly. Forage-based animal feed. Forage-based animal feed primarily consists of grasses, legumes, and other plant materials that animals graze on in pastures or are harvested and fed directly. This approach is more traditional and aligns with the natural diet of many herbivorous animals. Pros of forage-based animal feed. 1. Natural diet. Forage-based diets closely mimic the natural diet of many animals, promoting overall health and well-being. 2. Environmental benefits. Grazing animals on pastures can have positive environmental impacts, such as improving soil health and reducing the carbon footprint of animal agriculture. 3. Cost savings. Forage-based feeds are often less expensive than grain-based alternatives, as they rely on locally available plants. 4. Reduced risk of digestive issues. Grazing and foraging encourage natural feeding behaviors and can reduce the risk of digestive problems in animals. Cons of forage-based animal feed. 1. Lower growth rates. Forage-based diets typically result in slower growth rates and lower milk or egg production in some livestock, which may not be suitable for high production systems. 2. Seasonal variability. The availability and quality of forage can vary with the seasons, requiring more careful management to ensure adequate nutrition. 3. Land intensive. Grazing animals on pastures requires more land, which can be a limitation in areas with limited available acreage. One of the significant considerations when comparing grain-based and forage-based animal feed systems is the land requirement. Forage-based animal feed systems, which involve grazing animals on pastures or feeding them harvested forages, are inherently more land-intensive compared to grain-based systems. This aspect presents both advantages and challenges. Advantages of land-intensive forage-based feed. 1. Sustainable land use. Utilizing large expanses of pasture for grazing can be a sustainable practice when managed correctly. It allows animals to utilize lands that may not be suitable for crop cultivation and promotes natural ecosystem functions. 2. Biodiversity. Grazing animals on diverse pastures can encourage biodiversity by maintaining a mosaic of habitats, which can support various plant and animal species. 3. Carbon sequestration. Well-managed pasture systems can sequester carbon in the soil, mitigating greenhouse gas emissions and contributing to climate change mitigation. Challenges of land-intensive forage-based feed. 1. Limited land availability. In regions with limited available land, such as urban or densely populated areas, establishing large pastures for grazing can be impractical or economically unfeasible. 2. Seasonal variability. Pasture quality and availability can vary significantly with the seasons. During dry periods or winter months, forage may become scarce, requiring supplementary feeding or alternative feeding strategies. 3. Land conversion. To create more pasture land, there may be pressure to convert natural habitats, forests, or agricultural land, which can have detrimental environmental consequences. 4. Competing land uses. In areas where land is in high demand for other purposes, such as housing or industrial development, there may be conflicts over land use, making it challenging to maintain large pastures. 5. Infrastructure costs. Establishing and maintaining suitable pasture infrastructure, including fencing, water sources, and rotational grazing systems, can entail additional costs for farmers. 6. Regulatory challenges. In some regions, land use regulations and zoning restrictions may limit the expansion or establishment of pasture-based systems, adding complexity to the land-intensive approach. Forage-based animal feed systems, which often involve grazing animals on pastures, can be subject to various regulatory challenges that farmers and producers must navigate. These challenges can vary significantly by region and country but generally encompass several key aspects. 1. Zoning and land use regulations. Local zoning ordinances and land use regulations can dictate how land can be used, including whether agricultural activities such as grazing are allowed in specific areas. In some cases, zoning laws may restrict or prohibit certain agricultural practices, potentially limiting the expansion of forage-based systems. 2. Environmental regulations. Environmental regulations may govern aspects of forage-based systems to protect natural resources such as water quality, wetlands, and wildlife habitat. Compliance with these regulations may require the implementation of conservation practices and land management strategies to mitigate potential environmental impacts. 3. Animal welfare standards. Many regions have established animal welfare standards and regulations that dictate how animals should be cared for and housed. These standards may include requirements for pasture access, shelter, and overall animal well-being, which must be met by producers utilizing forage-based systems. 4. Food safety and quality standards. Forage-based systems can influence the quality and safety of animal products, such as meat and dairy. Regulatory agencies often establish standards for feed quality, grazing management, and product safety to ensure that animal-derived products are safe for consumption. 5. Grassland conservation programs. Some governments offer incentives and subsidies to encourage the conservation of grasslands and the adoption of sustainable grazing practices. Producers may need to adhere to specific program requirements and reporting to access these benefits. 6. Water rights and riparian regulations. In areas where animals graze near water bodies, water rights and riparian regulations may apply. These regulations often aim to protect water quality and the health of aquatic ecosystems. Compliance may necessitate the establishment of buffer zones and fencing to prevent water contamination. 7. Import and export regulations. When forage-based animal products are traded internationally, they must adhere to import and export regulations related to animal health, food safety, and documentation. Compliance with these regulations can affect market access and trade opportunities. 8. Pest and disease control. regulatory agencies may establish guidelines for pest and disease control in grazing systems to prevent the spread of diseases among animals and protect public health. Compliance may require vaccination programs, quarantine measures, and reporting of disease outbreaks. 9. Certification programs. Some regions have certification programs for organic or sustainable farming practices. Producers interested in marketing their products as organic or sustainably produced may need to meet specific certification requirements, which can involve adherence to additional regulations and audits. Navigating these regulatory challenges can be complex, and producers may need to work closely with agricultural extension services, regulatory authorities, and industry organizations to ensure compliance while effectively managing their forage-based animal feed systems. Additionally, staying informed